These are 10 of SML's darkest videos of all time, starting with one of the most disturbing videos on this list, the gun. This is an episode where the three boys go to the park with a metal detector. While there, they end up accidentally finding a gun hidden in the playground. Now, what makes this video dark? Well, there's actually two main things, all of the gore being one of the biggest factors. This video was filmed back in September 1st of 2016, all the way back when SML still filmed in the old apartment. Up to this point, Logan, the creator of SML, barely used any blood or gore in his videos. So this was a pretty big jump from family-friendly plush show with the occasional dark plot to Junior straight up killing his best friend with a gun. But what makes this video even more off-putting to me is the plot. To quickly recap, Junior and his friends are bored, so they go to the park with a metal detector to search for treasure. But while searching, they find something none of them could have ever expected. A gun. Okay, pause. In this situation, literally the worst thing you can do is pick up the gun and put your fingerprints on it. The best thing you can do is just walk away and report it to local authorities. But knowing Junior, of course, he picks it up, and this is where the video starts to take a dark turn. They go back home and turn on the news, where they see a press conference with Brooklyn Guy explaining how someone earlier that day brutally shot and killed 15 people with the same gun that Junior took home. Knowing they're screwed, they try to wash their fingerprints off the gun.
Yeah, make sure you get the trigger.
Oh, the trigger, yeah.
But Junior killing Cody was only the beginning, as this leads to the most disturbing part of the entire video. Junior goes to the kitchen and quite literally cuts his hand off to get rid of his fingerprints, which is not at all how that works. Junior is just so stupid. Chef Pee-Pee, in a panic, goes to see what's going on, and while doing this, he accidentally gets his fingerprints on the gun too, resulting in him also cutting his hands off. I guess nobody in SML has a brain. Even the comments agree that this is one of the most dark SML videos of all time. Jeffy's tantrum is family friendly compared to this. This is probably the most brutal SML video that YouTube had to delete for sure. But it only gets darker in the next video on the list, which has one of the creepiest scenes in SML history, Jeffy's foster home. Now, the dark stuff in this video only happens about halfway through the video, which is clearly a parody of the movie Texas Chainsaw Massacre. SML actually ended up making a stand-up video about this 4 years later, but Jeffy's foster home made the list because what happens in it is way more dark. But to give some much-needed context for how we got to this point, the video starts with Mario getting in a fight with Jeffy on the couch, which results in Jeffy calling the cops. Brooklyn Guy arrives and Jeffy makes up a bunch of lies about Mario abusing him, which Brooklyn Guy believes for some reason.
Hey, officer, look! They're rattlesnakes!
Whoa, get back before it bites you!
Oh, come on, that's a balloon animal!
That is the rare northern South Dakota rattlesnake. It's very poisonous. It could kill 100 men with one bite. If it bit all 100 men at the same time. It's got a big fucking mouth. Stand back!
Brooklyn Guy finds out he doesn't have enough evidence to arrest Mario, but he still has to stay and watch them for the next 24 hours to make sure that no abuse is actually happening. Brooklyn Guy shadows a day in their life until Mario eventually gets tripped over the edge and starts beating Jeffy, which prompts Brooklyn Guy to send him to foster care. And this is where the video starts to take a dark turn. Brooklyn Guy admits to Mario at the door that he didn't actually believe any of the lies that Jeffy was making up, showing that he's actually on Mario's side. In fact, he wants to send Jeffy to foster care just to teach him a lesson. Brooklyn Guy takes Jeffy to a trailer, which is going to be his new home, and the person Jeffy is going to be living with is his brother Makes Bad Decisions Guy, which is clearly a spin of his brother Does Bad Things Guy, who will actually be making an appearance on the list later in the video. Anyways, Jeffy goes into his new foster home, and man, I gotta say, those eyes on Makes Bad Decisions Guy are pure nightmare fuel. He shows him around the house when suddenly a man with a mask and a chainsaw comes in, who seems to be a parody of the character Leatherface. But in this video, apparently he's called Tim. Tim brings them an arm to eat, and Makes Bad Decisions Guy even offers some to Jeffy. But when Jeffy declines eating the arm, Makes Bad Decisions Guy gets offended and sends Tim after Jeffy to kill him.
Help me! Somebody help me! Help me! Let me go! Okay, I'll eat the arm!
After they lock Jeffy in the room, they plot that they're gonna cut him up and eat him in the morning. Meanwhile, Jeffy realizes that he wants to go back to his dad Mario. So while they're sleeping, Jeffy starts to make an escape. But once Jeffy's almost out, we get this iconic scene where Tim runs down the hallway chasing Jeffy. At the end, Jeffy makes up to his dad and everything is back to normal. This video was a lot more dark than the typical SML video, and it seems like people in the comments agree. This video traumatized me as a kid. Oh my god, I finally found it! In my opinion, this video was disproportionately dark compared to the others. But now, we're moving on to the top 8, which are the more darker videos on this list. The next video being The Purge. This was released on April 5th, 2016, and similar to The Gun, it was back in an era of SML that was very uncommon for them to make a dark-themed video. This video gave me goosebumps when I first watched it. Only OGs remember how scary this was back in the day. But the darkest part of all is what happens at the end of the video. This video starts with the boys on the couch watching TV, when suddenly the news comes on, announcing the annual purge is set to take place that day between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m. And in case you don't know, the purge is an annual event where any crimes are legal, including murder. Because of this, Bowser comes in kicking out all of Junior's friends and Chef Pee-Pee, fearing that if they stay in the house, they might murder them. Junior's friends don't take it too personally, but this really offends Chef Pee-Pee, and they'll be regretting kicking him out later. Bowser then gives specific instructions to not open the door for anybody, and this is where it starts to take a dark turn. We find out that Brooklyn Guy and Chef Pee-Pee teamed up with one specific goal: killing Junior. For all of the torment these two characters have had to suffer with Junior for all of these years, finally, they're about to get their revenge once and for all. Oh yeah, and they're also accompanied by Simmons and Karen, which actually turned out to be a horrible idea. They knock at the door and Junior goes to check who it is. Junior, though, being a complete idiot that he is, sees Olaf through the door and breaks Bowser's one specific rule to not let anybody in. Once Simmons misses a gunshot, Junior realizes that this is a gang of people who are trying to kill him, so he runs away and hides under some pillows. Meanwhile, the gang split up and try to find Junior. They even have a really close encounter. But of course, knowing Karen, she messes everything up. Brooklyn Guy then goes back to where she was checking to finish the job. But Karen once again is a nuisance and makes Brooklyn Guy miss his gunshot, letting Junior get away. So Brooklyn Guy decides to just straight up kill his wife. At least it wasn't illegal because it's the purge. Junior then catches Simmons in a trap, hanging him from the ceiling. After this, he runs into a room thinking that he's safe. But then they start breaking through the door with a freaking axe. I have no idea how they were allowed to do this because they filmed this video in an apartment. Junior runs under the sheets as a last resort, but at this point, he's cornered. There is nowhere to run. But just when you thought there was no hope, Chef Pee-Pee and Brooklyn Guy start arguing about who is gonna be the one to kill Junior. And they can't agree on this, so Chef Pee-Pee shoots Brooklyn Guy. Junior asks Chef Pee-Pee why he wants to kill him so badly, but Chef Pee-Pee makes a critical mistake when he yaps for 6 entire hours about why he hates Junior. And at this point, the gig is up. The purge is over, and Chef Pee-Pee has to go back to his normal job of being a chef. This video was really dark, but it's pretty bearable because of all the comedic relief that's sprinkled in throughout the video. But the number 1 video on this list has none of that, and is downright the most disturbing SML video of all time. You want to watch this whole video, but coming in at number 7 on the list is a video that gave me literal nightmares as a kid. Joseph Moves In. I love how dark and messed up SML videos from back in the day were until demonetization screwed them over out of nowhere, which is stupid. Well, let me tell you, if any SML video deserved to be demonetized, it's probably this one. This video was posted on February 18th of 2017, shortly after they moved into the main SML filming house. And this is the era right before they got demonetized where they were super edgy and creative with their videos. And it shows in this video. It starts when Joseph comes to the door with his dead mom. It turns out his house burned down, and now he doesn't have a place to stay. But Junior, being the good friend he is, decides to let Joseph stay in his house, which later turned out to be a big mistake.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go turn off the light, alright?
Alright, dude.
Alright, good night, Joseph.
Good night, dude.
Alright. Joseph? Joseph?
Crazy, dude! It's a flies!
Yeah, if my friend did that, I would instantly kick them out. Nope, I'm sorry, but you're living on the street with your dead mom after that one. But Junior's a little more forgiving than I am, apparently. So they try to go to sleep again.
What is it? What? Joseph, what are you doing?
What, dude?
Okay, no, I'm sorry, you're gone. I could not tolerate that, that's crazy! Bro was doing it on purpose too. But somehow, even after that, Junior doesn't kick him out of the house, which would later be a big mistake. Because after cleaning all the covers, Junior falls asleep again, to where Joseph is painting "I'm sorry, Mom" with blood on the walls. When Junior asks what's wrong, Joseph starts getting close to him with a knife.
Just wake up.
You think I care about you, mommy?
Just wake up, Junior. Just wake up,
No, mommy. Say any last words.
Junior then stays up all night fearing for his life with Joseph sleeping right next to him in his bed. But Joseph somehow wakes up and says he had the best night of sleep he's ever had in his life, and how he's super happy about finally being able to sleep in a bed. Now, Junior's in a rough position where he wants nothing to do with Joseph living in his house, but he doesn't want to be mean and kick him out. So the whole rest of the video is focused around Junior and Cody finding a way to get Joseph his own place, which they eventually do, but that part of the video isn't really dark, so we're not gonna cover that. This user said, "This video honestly makes me wonder if Logan was planning to do something much different with Joseph and his mom before he became demonetized. Like, was there some sort of planned Halloween special that would have been just as dark as the secret door video? But I guess we'll never know." This next video takes a dark twist in the way the other videos haven't yet. Coming in at number 6, we got Jeffy's new toy, which sounds like a pretty innocent title, but the content in the video couldn't be any further from that. This video was uploaded May 5th of 2017, which is just a few months before the main SML channel got demonetized. The video starts with Mario on the couch checking his emails, when he accidentally clicks on a spam link, which leads to what Jeffy calls Ass Pounders 2.
Thank God. Jeffy, you weren't meant to see that. That was an accident. It was a spam link.
Daddy, you better turn that back on.
What? No, Jeffy, you weren't supposed to watch that. It's inappropriate.
Daddy, she was taking a pee-pee in her butthole.
Rosalina comes over and Jeffy starts trying to explain what he just saw. And obviously Mario doesn't want Rosalina knowing about this, so Mario tries bribing Jeffy by telling him he'll buy him a toy if he shuts up about what he just saw. They then go to Toys R Us where Jeffy wants to buy a super creepy doll he found in the toy aisle. And obviously they buy it because of, well, the plot. But what happens with the toy later in the video leads to some of the most creepy scenes in SML history. Words cannot explain how scary this was when I was younger, this user says. Jeffy brings the doll back to the couch where, of course, Rosalina somehow thinks it's cute. But I don't know how anybody could think this is cute. That's just crazy.
Jeffy, you could have had any toy in the entire store and you chose this scary thing?
Because she can talk to me, Daddy.
What? She can talk to you?
Yeah, Daddy, she said she wanted to come home with me.
Clearly, this doll seems to be possessed, as later, Jeffy explains the doll is named Areola, and she wants to kill Mario. Mario is pretty much terrified at this point, so he puts Jeffy to bed, which I think might have been a mistake.
Areola, why don't you like my daddy? Oh, he's really a nice guy. You don't have to kill him. Well, do whatever you have to do, Areola.
After Jeffy says this, the power goes out, and Rosalina goes back home. But this is where the video gets really dark. Mario goes to check on Jeffy to only find that the doll is missing. At the same time, Jeffy seems to get possessed, leaving Mario alone with a flashlight. This is where the doll comes alive and starts breaking stuff around the house. It also left a pool of blood spelling out liar. But with all this buildup, it turns out that the entire time it was just Rosalina in a costume. And this was just a big prank that Jeffy and Rosalina were pulling on Mario because they were mad that Jeffy got shown Ass Pounders 2. Great. This comment says, this is probably the best scary video I've seen yet in the SML universe. But speaking about the SML universe, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we're trying to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. But now that we're in the top 5, we should get to some videos that are actually really screwed up. The 5th on the list being Junior's punishment, where Bowser grounds Junior for breaking his favorite cup. Therefore, Bowser grounds him as his punishment and makes him stand in a corner. Despite how innocent this may sound, it actually takes a very unexpected twist later in the video. This video was posted February 19th, 2015, which was a time period that they normally targeted a younger audience, which is strange because later in the video, Junior does some not so family-friendly things. In fact, this is so messed up that SML fans were questioning why Logan would do this. But to give some much-needed context, this video starts with Junior playing with his balls. No wait, pause, not those balls, these balls. Anyways, Junior eventually breaks Bowser's, quote, favorite cup by accident, causing Chef Pee-Pee to make Junior tell Bowser exactly what he did. This leads to Junior getting beat by his dad, and he's upset about this, obviously, so he decides to call the cops. Officer Goodman arrives, and Junior tells Goodman that his dad was beating him. Because of this, Goodman gives Bowser a warning not to beat Junior. Bowser, confused on how to punish Junior in other ways than beating him, decides to use the corner method as an attempt to punish him. And this is where the video starts to take a dark turn. While Junior's standing in the corner, he begins talking to himself and describing the traumatic experiences by standing in the corner for literally just a minute. He's obviously overreacting. But once Bowser goes to unground Junior, he calls Junior's name repeatedly with no response. Then, Junior tells his dad that he's never leaving. The corner is his entire life now. Because of Junior's new behavior, Bowser drags Junior out of the corner in an attempt to get him to be normal again by playing with his toys, to which Junior was reluctant. After this incident, Cody and Joseph show up, but they notice that Junior's acting strange. So they confront him, which causes Junior to say he's a changed man. He explains how 5 minutes in the corner forever changed his life, and how he's never gonna get that time back. Junior then begins throwing a tantrum and throwing all his toys around, screaming in rage, which causes Bowser to show up and ground Junior once again. However, this time Junior seems to be happy that he's getting grounded, going back to the corner again, which is really unexpected behavior from Junior, because normally he hates being grounded. Who doesn't? Once Junior is grounded once more in the corner, Cody and Joseph visit Junior to tell him he's sick and how they shouldn't be friends anymore. Junior agrees, saying that he's gonna stay this way for the rest of his life. Then onto one of the most disturbing scenes in SML history. Well, this is self-explanatory, but this is super dark coming from a channel that just plays with toys. Bowser comes rushing in panicked, getting Junior out of the situation he got himself into. This then leads to Junior finally breaking down and saying the corner is too much for him, and then he says the word damn, which leads Bowser to try to punish him by washing out Junior's mouth with soap.
Now tell me what other cuss word do you have to say to me? Oh, none? I didn't think so. You like the taste of soap, don't you, Junior?
I've had worse in the corner.
After getting beat again, Junior quickly goes back to normal. This video showed SML using dark humor in a way they never have up to this point. And I don't think up to this point either they've ever really covered a serious topic like this. But this next one has the darkest ending in SML history. In fact, it has one of the deepest plots the show has ever seen. At number 4, we have the magical button, where Junior, Joseph, and Cody all find a button that leads to every single main character in this video dying. This video is just as dark as it sounds, and it fits perfectly with all of the videos he was making at the time. This video was released on June 30th, 2017. This was literally right before SML got demonetized, with controversial SML videos on the rise. This video also had some very questionable scenes. However, before we talk about those scenes, we must begin to explain how we got here. This video started off with the trio all watching TV, They see an advertisement for a place called Paper World, and they all want to go. So Junior asks his dad, but Bowser says no, and tells Junior to go play with Paper in the attic. The trio then go to the attic to snoop around and find some paper, but then Cody finds a skeleton with a button right next to it, and this is where the video begins to get dark. When the trio returns to the couch with the button, they read the instructions on the back saying that you will be given one wish every time you click the button, as long as the value of the wish does not exceed $50,000. However, every time a wish is made, somebody randomly dies, which is kind of messed up both in the video and in real life, considering the crew only values each human at $50K. Jeez, that's messed up, Logan. I'm just kidding, don't get mad in the comments. I know you're typing down there, put your hand down, but also, while you're down there, you might as well subscribe. Please subscribe. Anyways, after this realization, Junior is antsy to press the button, while the other two boys try to dissuade Junior from pressing it. However, Junior is an idiot and wished for a golden fidget spinner at the expense of Brooklyn guy, who was on his firefighter job saving a cat. Wow, Junior. After he gets his golden fidget spinner, Cody begins yelling at him, telling him how wrong the whole situation is of what he did. However, Joseph tells Junior that the fidget spinner he got doesn't even glow in the dark. So Junior immediately presses the button and gets a gold fidget spinner that glows. This time at the expense of Charlie from Charlie and Friends. After Junior does this, Cody gets even more mad at Junior, saying how he's now just murdering people, but for some stupid reason, Junior thinks that Cody was challenging him to see who can make the cooler wishes. So Junior wishes for a bathtub full of mac and cheese. This time Patrick's mom dies. Once Junior yet again kills another person, Cody has Joseph hide the button while Junior is occupied in his mac and cheese bath. However, once Junior gets back to the couch, he instantly finds it right between Joseph and the couch cushions. However, Junior is spiteful of what the two boys schemed against him. So I guess you could say Junior intentionally murdered somebody while wishing for a Sprite. This time, the wish killed his own dad, Bowser, but it only gets worse. After this wish, the two boys continue to question Junior's ethics, but Junior argues the button probably doesn't even kill people, and it's just a scare tactic, so he wishes for an ice cream truck, and this time Chef Pee-Pee dies from the wish. After all of those wishes, Junior continues to go on a kill/wishing spree, and wishes for Hubba Bubba, which kills Joseph, and then wishes for another pack of it for Cody, which kills Goodman. After they're both satisfied, Junior goes to the kitchen to get Chef Pee-Pee to clean up the mess on the couch. However, they realize Chef Pee-Pee died, and then they go to Bowser's room to find out that he's dead too. Junior, realizing they're both dead, is super sad, and he wishes for a bag of gummy worms to make him feel better, which ends up killing Cody. After Cody dies, Junior realizes that now everyone he knows is dead, and finally understands the extent of what he's done, and he wants to reverse it. So Junior goes back to the attic to see on the back of the button, it says the only way to reverse all the deaths is by unaliving yourself. He then finds the gun right next to the skeleton where the button was found, and he does the deed. When everyone's alive again, Cody and Joseph click the button wishing for Junior to return back to normal, and that pretty much sums up the video. This episode had a much more dark and deeper meaning than the other episodes. It really showed how greed can end up killing or hurting someone. This is one of the deepest SML videos ever. It gives me goosebumps every time when Junior finds out how to bring everyone back. Truly amazing. This video was super dark, but in a way that's actually really enjoyable. Austin, America. After learning about his wealth, Nancy offers to take him inside for a drink, which happens to be drugged. And this video is just so messed up in so many ways. First, she's trapping him in a cage, and the only water he can drink is full of cigarettes he grew up in. We all knew that Jeffy had a messed up childhood, but we did not know it could be this sad. We all knew him as a disabled kid with no point in life to live, but we never knew that this kid had one of the best reasons for his behavior and attitude. But not even this video compares to the darkest SML video of all time. But first, we have to talk about number 2, a video that gave me nightmares for weeks when I watched it when I was a kid, Junior's 8th birthday. This video starts off with Chef Pee-Pee scrambling to find a place to host Junior's 8th birthday, but last minute they find a FNAF-themed location, which as you can tell sets up a very eerie video. This video was released on September 28th, 2016. Now, before we get into what's dark about this video, we need some background information on how it led up to this point. This video starts off with the trio on the red couch and some very questionable behavior we can just skip right past.
Wait, did you just kiss
Shut up, your birthday whore! Oh, this is gonna be good. Joseph, start the music.
What music?
I said start the damn music, Joseph!
Okay, dude. What's going on?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, here it comes, Junior. Take your lumps. 1! Yes! 2! Oh, yeah!
After those interesting scenes, Junior goes and asks his dad Bowser what time he's scheduled at Chuck E. Cheese for the reservation, but Bowser forgot Junior's birthday, so he lies and pretends that he remembered. Therefore, he goes to Chef Pee-Pee and tells him to schedule a reservation at Chuck E. Cheese, or he would cut his nuts off. Wow, that's a really creative punishment. Once Chef Pee-Pee is on the phone and tries to get a reservation for the night, Brooklyn Guy tells him that it's not happening. However, Brooklyn Guy, understanding of the nuts situation, refers Chef Pee-Pee to another place they can use for the night. After the phone call, the trio and Chef Pee-Pee go to so-called Chuck E. Cheese. However, when they arrive, the trio quickly realizes that this is not Chuck E. Cheese, as they see dim lighting and creepy FNAF-inspired animatronics. However, here's when it begins to get dark. Once the guests arrive, Brooklyn Guy tells them that the animatronics do not work, but he promises fun for the trio. After he leaves, Joseph makes a creepy drawing.
Hey, Junior, look. This is what I got you for your birthday. See, look, it's you getting killed by Freddy, right? See, I didn't have enough money to buy you anything, so I just drew you a picture.
After this creepy and awkward scene happens, Brooklyn Guy brings out what he calls a pizza.
What the hell is that?
What do you mean, what is this? It's a specialty deluxe pizza.
What pizza is that? Yeah, well, what is that? What's on that thing?
Oh, like pepperoni, cheese, some kind of meat.
And fingers? Yeah, there's eyeballs and fingers on that thing. It's blood, too.
What are you talking about? You act like you never seen a pepperoni pizza before.
But that's way more than pepperoni. Yeah, that's...
Once they see the gory pizza, they obviously all freak out. However, Joseph, being poor and stupid, decides to eat some of it. After the trio gets situated with their pizza, things take an even darker turn when Chef Pee-Pee abruptly goes missing. However, Junior and Joseph try to brush it off as a joke, thinking he just went to the bathroom. Later, Brooklyn Guy comes back in the room with a game he calls Roast the Birthday Boy, which leads to some rude jokes that obviously offend Junior. After that game, Brooklyn Guy takes them to the next game where they bob for apples. However, the so-called apples are human body parts. So Cody abstains from playing the game and Junior reluctantly pulls an arm out, but Joseph, being excited, bobs for all of the body parts, thinking that he can rebuild his mom. At least Joseph's having fun. However, once they're done bobbing, Junior and Joseph realize that Cody is gone and they see a pig animatronic that's right by them, despite being told the animatronics don't move. Once they realize the animatronics are moving, they obviously get creeped out and call Brooklyn Guy, where they ask him about why it's moving. However, the most disturbing and unknown mystery of the whole video is when Brooklyn Guy makes an excuse for why the animatronics were moving with some anxiousness in his voice, which adds on top of the creepy nature of the video. Anyways, after Brooklyn Guy's strange behavior, Junior realizes Joseph's also gone missing, and Brooklyn Guy disappears from the scene as well, which really confuses Junior. After he asks why everyone is going to use the bathroom at his party, Brooklyn Guy shows up dressed as Doofy the Dragon. Finally, at the end of the video, the animatronics appear to be singing Happy Birthday, very creepily while holding a cake that they drop off when they're done singing. And then there's this terrifying jump scare at the end of the video. That jump scare at the end is just fucked up. The pig still haunts me to this day. I love that the animatronics move around and you can see them standing in the dark when nobody notices. This video was very dark, especially for the time it was uploaded. But now it's time for the darkest SML video of all time, which a lot of you could have probably guessed, The Secret Door. This video is by far the most dark SML video that Logan has ever posted. The re-upload of the video has over 9 million views, which really just shows how notorious this SML video is with the community. So let's get right into why it's so dark. This video starts with Jeffy playing hide and seek when he goes to look for a hiding spot. But he hears strange banging noises coming from the door Brooklyn guy told them specifically not to go in when they bought the new house. In SML movie, The New House.
Wait, what's going on? Hey, what's going on?
I said I would be with you in a minute. You know, she was impatient. Look what happened to her. All right.
Mario and Rosalina are finally done counting and are about to search for Jeffy, but they hear a huge scream from him coming from the secret door. Mario remembers how Brooklyn guy told them not to go in there, so he really doesn't want to check it out, but Rosalina convinces him that they have to save Jeffy. This is when they open the door and see the 27 missing bodies that Brooklyn guy mentioned when he originally took them on a tour of the house. And unfortunately, I have to blur all of this because I think YouTube will terminate my channel if I show this. They go to call the cops being super panicked about what they just found, but it's at this moment when Brooklyn guy sneaks behind them and knocks them out with a hammer. Brooklyn guy ties them up and reveals that all of the people dead in this room were from the previous homeowners. That opened the door when he told them not to open it. The fact that this video has lore which connects to the first episode they got the house, and a fully fledged story, shows me how much of a legend SML is. Brooklyn guy then explains that he's not actually a cop or a doctor. He just stole those uniforms and pretends to be those jobs. Brooklyn guy starts to get sick of them screaming, so he takes Rose and is about to kill her. This is when the door opens and Brooklyn guy shoots Brooklyn guy? Yeah, it turns out that the Brooklyn guy we see in this video actually isn't Brooklyn guy. In fact, it's his brother Does Bad Things guy, who took over his jobs for the past 6 months while Brooklyn guy was on vacation. This is probably one of the creepiest SML videos to ever exist. The storytelling is absolutely incredible now that I'm coming back to it. Be sure to click on this video right here if you want to see more SML rankings.